wish me luck, cause this car gonna have me gray-headed. This is the most frustrating car that I have ever owned. This car it has been a headache. It is to the point that I want to just pull it out and just put a for sale sign on it, or just throw some gas on it and let it burn. I'm sick of this car, but I gotta get it running because I want to make more content for you guys. So let's just say I'm doing this for y'all. God is everything. Without God, I'm nothing. Let's talk about a few things here. I got the car fired up in a previous video, and I came back I don't know if it was the next day, but anyway, I came back pretty recently after it started up, but it was skipping. It was running, but it wanted to clear up or whatever. Came back out the next day, and which is the previous video, and I tried to start this thing, and I have absolutely no idea what happened to it. No codes in the scanner for anything engine related, nothing. I don't know what happened to this car. It was running. It wasn't running fine, but it was at least starting up and running. It is firing off. It is, but it's not running. So I hooked up HP tuners. And that's what we finna get ready to try to take a better look at is the HP tuners, and try to see if maybe HP tuners can tell me something. So let's jump right into that. If you're doing an LS swap, here's the secret, right? If you're doing an LS swap, I definitely recommend having a laptop, having HP tuners, and paying that. I think it's like $100 for the credits or whatever. And you can have access to, trying to figure out how do I still work this computer. But yeah, trying to figure out, so you can get access to your computer so that you can see all of your gauges and all of your other data. It is definitely a good thing. Now I know, like for me, for instance, I don't really know a lot of this stuff. This is new to me. So you have your editor, and then you have your scanner. Your editor is where you actually make tune changes. Your scanner is where you would scan for a code, and you could actually see your gauges and stuff. So I'm gonna show y'all this, and honestly, I'm gonna be taking ChatGPT and literally just taking a picture of it. So if you download the ChatGPT app, right? You download the ChatGPT app and you just take photos of the data that's going on. You can upload it directly into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will tell you a lot. It'll tell you a lot of what you need to know. This computer is acting crazy. Would start to act crazy when I get on camera. But anyway, I already, there we go. It's coming up, it just took it a minute. It's an old computer. So this computer just tells you don't need nothing fancy. But anyway, my VCM scanner ain't responding either. So anyway, all I gotta say is you can get all of your parameters. You just begin to scan and this, that, and the third. Here it goes, it finally came up. Engine RPM, vehicle speed, engine coolant temp, intake temp. You basically just hit the connect to the vehicle, and then you begin to do like a scan. You hit this button. Once it connects to the vehicle, then you can hit it, and then you can scan. But yeah, for some reason it won't connect to mine. I don't know if it came loose or something. I don't know. Try to switch the key on. I don't know if maybe the key has to be on. I don't know. Either way, like I said, I've already did it. So everything on mine was looking normal according to ChatGPT. Everything was looking normal. Idle air, anything that it could read without the car actually running was normal. So it connected, and now we can start. You click start scanning, and there it is. It's saying the engine temp is, it's pretty hot out here. So it's reading like 80, 90 degrees, 86 degrees. That's probably about the temperature outside, which ChatGPT said that's what it should be. Mass airflow 0, obviously. And it just had me do things that, like attempt to start it. It had me add a few things to make it work. But like I said, this is something you want to have. But I figured out that mine doesn't have any issues as far as sensors go. Mine is something that I can't scan. They say you can't scan injectors per se. You can do it, but you can't like scan them per se, if that makes sense. I didn't have any codes other than something that was transmission related. And I cleared that code, and it hasn't come back. Oh wait, let me read it. Let me see if it came back. Yeah, wait, this did. Okay, so the transmission codes did come back. I don't know what's the issue with that transmission. but we'll figure that out once we get the car back to running. Right now, we ain't worried about that. Like I said, the car wouldn't start. We're going up under the hood. ChatGPT recommended to pull the spark plug. So we're about to pull all 8 spark plugs. I'm gonna show y'all a little trick that I did on it over there. I'm gonna pull the spark plugs and we'll go from there. All right, so if y'all look down there in that corner, I don't know how good y'all can see that. Probably not very good. But anyway, over there in that wheel well, I cut a hole so that I could get to that number, whatever those is, those 2 back wires. I mean, yeah, wires and plugs pretty much. And it made it 10 times easier. So yeah, I'm gonna pull these plugs and then we're gonna talk about what I find. So this whole side looks good. I have 1 more plug to get out on this side, but so far, well, let me not say they look good. They are, how can I say this? They are, what is it called? Filed. They are black and they smell of gas. So something isn't right. Something else I forgot to add was, I have another LS engine right here. I took the throttle body off of that LS and put it on this one, thinking it might have been a throttle body. I did that off camera. Didn't fix the issue. Made it slightly better, but it didn't fix it. So like I said, I got 1 more plug but like I said, so far 7 of the 8 are filed, but I'm gonna take a yellow torch and torch them back clean. Hopefully that saves them. Let me get this last plug out and we'll talk after that. We have a problem. We legit have a problem. This number 7, it's not number 7, but this last plug at the back is completely clean while the other 7 are black and smell like gas. This one smells like nothing and it's pretty clean. I mean, you can tell it was working at some point, but it hasn't worked since those other 8. It looks nothing like those other 8. No smell of gas. All the other 8 smell of gas. So definitely not sure with that. That's something going on. I don't know if it's not sparking or what. So let me try to diagnose that, and then I guess I'll come back in with y'all. I don't know. Let me show y'all my method of how I clean these spark plugs, and it has worked a few times and saved me. Now, you can use a blue torch. Take your torch, turn your gas on, push your button, and what happens is, as you burn this thing, you burn it long enough, it'll turn colors, and it'll get really hot, and of course you're gonna have to let it sit for a while, and it'll clean that spark plug up and make it look brand spanking new. But instead of using the blue one, which the blue one works, it just takes a little time. I like to use old big yellow right here. Take this big yellow one, you see, that's a whole nother ball game right there. I mean, it gets that baby clean, but it gets that baby nice and clean for you. I just want to show y'all that, man. You can literally just, try to save you some money with your spark plug that way. Now, don't immediately touch them unless you got some welding gloves, but most of the time, they have worked fine after that. So let's figure out what's going on with this coil or injector or whatever. I got these off of Amazon. And what you do is you stick this up in your coil and you put this in on your spark plug. When you're turning your engine over, if you have spark, this will light up. Good news is I have one, and the verdict is I have spark. So now we move straight to fuel. Let's do it. So I took the coil and tested the coil for power. One side should have power at all times, or when the key switched on, and then the other one should, as you're cranking it over, it should be grounding, so it's flashing. That's what I had. That, and I'm just assuming it's either a bad injector or it wasn't plugged up good, because I realized I lost the little safety piece, the little locking tab that locks the thing on. So all fresh plugs back in it. I already tested fuel pressure, 58 pounds of fuel pressure, or 58 psi. 58 psi fuel pressure. And then it drops to about 50 once it's off. So I plugged it back up, really push down on it. I gotta get either new plugs or see if I can find those locking pins. But I'm assuming it just wasn't plugged up good enough and the computer was going crazy. But everything else is normal. The whole tune, everything is working normal. So let's see if we can get a start up and let's go from there. Here we go. I already switched the fuel pump on one time, and I already got my HP tuners working. My computer trying to get me to log into something. Hold on, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Y'all see, that was it. That sounds as normal as this car has ever sounded or whatever, other than a little popping. I don't know what that was. We still got to figure that out, but it runs. I just took a picture, and like I said, I'm about to upload this back into HP Tuners and let GPT tell me something. So yeah, man, hold on, y'all, hold on. All right, hey, let's do a burnout in Coco. Hey, something so simple cost me so many headaches, and like I said, man, major shout out to whoever created ChatGPT, because I don't know nothing about this HP tuner stuff, but it told me everything looked normal, or mostly normal. It told me to check fuel pressure, which was pretty obvious, and it said basically there's nothing going on in the tune or nothing like that. Basically, it's time to do some mechanical work and pull the plugs. The plug should tell you what you need to know. That's exactly what happened. All the rest of them were filed, and the number 7 was clean. So figure that out. It is popping, but I asked ChatGPT about that. It said, you know, basically the fact that my exhaust isn't done and it's just kind of like put together with those little cheat clips. The exhaust, the oxygen that the exhaust may be pulling in, maybe making the O2 sensor thinks that it needs more fuel, and it's probably adding more fuel. We got it running. Still got some more cleaning up of the wires to do, and we are going to get those wires cleaned up, and then we are going to take this thing out for its maiden voyage. Not sure if the transmission is going to shift, because it has some codes in there for the transmission, solenoids and stuff. And I've never driven this transmission. This was a fresh rebuilt transmission, and it has sat in the yard for years. So anyway, let me let y'all go, and I'm gonna mess around with it, try to get it running even better, even more cleaner or whatever. Or if it comes down to me having to fab the exhaust to stop, to, you know what I'm saying, before I mess with anything, then that's what I'll do. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another one. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know how this LS swap sounds to y'all, man. Let me know how it sounds. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Should I pull it out and put a 350 in it like I put an Iron Man? Let me know what y'all think, man. Appreciate y'all. PullsTv, gone.